I want to declare January 2022 as the Human Trafficking Awareness Month. I'm wearing the blue campaign ribbon in honor of all of the work that's being done in human trafficking arena in order to make sure that we're aware of this challenge. Are the following guests from the 13th Judicial Circuit with us this morning? I'm looking for the Honorable Ronald Ficarrotta, Chief Judge, the Honorable Judge Bauman, Robert Bauman.
Good morning.
Good morning, Circuit Judge. Gina Justice, our Court Administrator, and Michelle Sainsbury, our Court Liaison. You're all present?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us today. In addition, I'd like to recognize the following board members for the Hillsborough County Commission on Human Trafficking, who'll be joining us today virtually. State Attorney Andrew Warren, Tampa Police Department Assistant Chief Lee Burkaw, Dottie Grover Skipper, Kathleen Kempke, Connie Rose, and Brianna Taylor. Those are those that serve on our board and serve valiantly and volunteer their time on this issue. Thank you very, very much for joining us today. Hillsborough County is committed to winning the war against human trafficking. Each year we get stronger and make bigger inroads. I'm very proud of the work we've done at Hillsborough County, and this issue is something I'm deeply passionate about as a member of the Commission on Human Trafficking, of which I also chair. The 13th Judicial Circuit Court of Hillsborough County and our other valuable community and partners have worked tirelessly to help the brave survivors of this terrible crime recover, move forward, and become victors in their lives. The circuit court system, in particularly, is a tremendous advocate and resource. As we demonstrated in advance of the Super Bowl 55 at Raymond James Stadium last year, we are a model community for raising awareness about this worldwide issue and doing something about it. We dedicate numerous resources to help victims and provide residents with the necessary tools to identify potential human trafficking situations and report them. I am proud to present this proclamation to our partner, the 13th Judicial Circuit, declaring January 2022 as Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And with that, I'll read the proclamation. It reads, whereas the International Labor Organization estimates 40.3 million people across the globe, including hundreds of thousands in the United States, are victims of human trafficking, forced into sex trade, exploited for labor, and subjected to other forms of abuse. And whereas in 2018, women accounted for 46% of human trafficking victims, while 30% were children and 20% were adult men, according to the 2020 Global Report on Trafficking in Persons by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. And whereas, according to the National Human Trafficking Resource Center, in 2019, Florida ranked 3rd in the nation in the number of human trafficking cases with 896, and the Tampa Bay area served as a hub for this abuse. And whereas the Florida legislature continues to work diligently to ensure the safety, ongoing care, and legal protections for survivors of human trafficking, and increase the penalties for these heinous crimes. And whereas Hillsborough County is committed to being a national leader in combating human trafficking through its Commission on Human Trafficking, created by the Board of County Commissioners on December 4th, 2019, to expand public awareness and provide training, among other initiatives. And whereas the 13th Judicial Circuit is dedicated to identifying and assisting human trafficking victims as a way to intervene in and prevent further trafficking exploitations. And whereas the circuit, through its innovative initiatives such as Judge Bauman's Options Court, which is short for Offering Potential Trafficking Individuals Options Now, Court, And a designated human trafficking and special victims liaison provides victims opportunities to accept and receive services and identify as a survivor to prosper in their lives. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Board of County Commission of Hillsborough County does hereby declare January 2022 as Human Trafficking Awareness Month in Hillsborough County and encourages all residents and visitors to be vigilant in identifying and reporting human trafficking, to send a strong message that Florida and Hillsborough County will not tolerate any form of slavery. Executed this 12th day of January 2022, signed by all 7 commissioners. And with that, I'd like to invite Chief Judge Ficarrotta to speak. Judge?
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the board. On behalf of all of our judges, I want to thank you. We appreciate everything that the board does to support our judicial branch and our local judges, and particularly today, calling attention to this very important issue. We're very proud of the work Judge Bauman does with the option court. Our circuit has always led the way in these types of courts with our drug court, veterans treatment court, mental health court, and so forth. And Judge Bauman is doing great work with our option court. I particularly appreciate the support the board has given us in funding this liaison position. So it will give us an opportunity to identify the victims of human trafficking across all of our courts, criminal court, juvenile court, family court, all of these different courts that have contact with victims of human trafficking. This liaison position is going to be able to identify those victims and give us an accurate idea of how many actual true victims of human trafficking we have here in Hillsborough County, and give us the data that we need to see that adequate services can be provided to those so in need. Again, I thank you very much. I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Judge Bauman, for a moment. Judge?
Thank you, Chief. First of all, I just want to thank the board and for recognition of the 13th Judicial Circuit's Option Court. I also want to thank the State Attorney's Office, the Public Defender's Office, law enforcement, our guardian ad litems, our attorney ad litems, our Departments of Juvenile Justice, Department of Children and Families, and our providers such as More to Life and Redefining Refuge for all of the work. As you can hear from that list of thank yous, it takes a community and collaboration of all of us in order to fight what is considered to be modern day slavery. I want to especially thank my case manager, Alyssa Hall, for all her hard work in identifying and bringing some of those victims before the court. And finally, I want to thank Dottie Groover-Skipper for fighting the battle and for supporting our court. Thank you all so much.
Thank you both very much. And all of those that you mentioned, it is a team effort. And we do need to know what our capacity is. We also, one of the beauties of this program is that our liaison is able to see across all of our courts to identify those that may not have been identified as human trafficking survivors, and to give them the support and resources they need. But more importantly, it also helps us monitor capacity and make sure that those survivors are able to tap into the resources that Hillsborough County is committed to provide. So with that, I'd love to say thank you very, very much for all that you have done and will continue to do in this effort. Thank you very much for joining us today, all of you. Thank you.